right, shalom to the hopeful elect. First of all, I give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach us this truth and rule well. Peace, love, and salutation, blessing unto the hopeful elect. You know, those who are waking up to this truth, hastening the day that the Heavenly Father Yahweh is going to send his son Yahweh Shai to deliver the elect of Israel while destroying our enemies. The true Israelites are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as those who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So many of our people will look like every nation that's under the sun. Yet, if you've been given the gift of this truth and this faith through the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then your bloodline and lineage goes back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, I'm your brother, Ramon Kimyan from Great Millstone, Miami. For the topic of this lesson is that soon enough, it ain't gonna be nothing else to say to these people. You know, soon enough, it will be nothing left to say to these people. And that's going into the famine of the word. It's going into the Lord really shutting up the mouths of his prophets in the fashion that you see it, at least, to where, you know, we go out on the streets in front of everybody, you know. Really, it's a show of love to our people, you know, which the 1/3 is going to get it, 2/3, they're going to reject it, even though we warning them. You know, we telling them that Esau is coming down with this wrath. We telling them that ultimately the Lord is coming down, bringing down all of these judgments. You know, we post up on YouTube day in and day out, you know, constantly brothers from Great Millstone, who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is dealing with there's one body, and that body is Great Millstone. It's one body, it's one faith, one power, you know, one correct doctrine. It's not multiple correct, it's multiple correct doctrines, you know. So the man that's in the spirit, which happened to be the man of Great Millstone from the apostles and the elders on down, you know, collectively, it's videos non-stop basically being uploaded on YouTube, you know, from near and far, brothers all over the place, you know. But that famine of the word is coming. Soon enough, the Lord's going to be like, all right, you know, because prophesy means to say before. It literally means to say before it happens. And we pray, let judgment run down as waters. You know, that's in Amos chapter 5, I believe, verse 24. Let judgment run down as waters, you know. So when that start happening, and the things that we've been talking about, you know, Jacob's trouble in full effect, and then soon enough, shoot, the mark of the beast, you know. When it happens, we're not gonna be out on the streets talking to people. No, it's gonna be death out in the streets. It's gonna be summary execution, martial law, persecution. I mean, not even just upon the elect who are sincere, but nah, Esau is coming down upon Jake. We're not gonna be out there, you know, with a camera stand and trying to go live as these things are happening. Prophesy means to say before it happens, not during it. No, that's the point of what we're doing right now. That's what makes this so precious. That's why you got to get it now. That's why you got to seek the Lord now, today, you know. You got to be in that spirit of seeking your power, point blank period, anyways, because he's the Most High. He's your creator. He's your maker. You're supposed to want to be close to him. You're supposed to want to be nigh to him. And that's the problem with most of our people. And then the Lord give us incentive that we at the end, so you really should be close to him. You know what I'm saying? We are at the end. We are in the time of judgment. And our people still don't want to get it. Soon ain't going to be no talking to him. You know? And, you know, when this famine of the word starts, you know, it's going to happen like, okay, Esau, you know, he's coming with these legislations. He's passing bills, you know, to bring forth ultimately the famine of the word. You ain't going to be able to say the things openly that we say against, you know, them imposters, small hatters, you know, exposing Esau, Edom as a whole, as the wicked, You know, speaking on the mark of the beast, which is the implantable RFID chip. You know, soon enough, you ain't gonna be able to talk about that, but it's not gonna be because of ultimately this is what Esau wants. No, it's gonna be what the Most High wants. Nah, you ain't gonna want us out there. We done said it. Brothers got thousands of videos. Like a brother has thousands of videos. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that collectively with you know, from the apostles on down. You know, enough has been said, and it's going to be to a point where the Lord going to be like, hey, y'all shut your mouths. You know, it's going to another glory. You know, this truth is going to go to another glory. The Lord's going to give his men spiritual power. You know, the Lord is going to take care of his elect. He's going to lift up a standard. You know, Jake is going to be healed and being healed by brothers. The truth is going to go to that level. Esau coming up against us, persecution, brothers standing stiffly in the face of death, in the face of all these things. That's the next level. And while also we able to see the downfall and destruction of this place, you know, as it's happening. But here's the book of Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So now it literally will be a famine, because it's prophesied. We've been prophesying that it's going to be famines out here. People not going to be, you know, eating and, you know, drinking. They ain't going to have no water. They already giving all the water to the data centers. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, and the effects of that, and as this war escalates, it's going to get, you know, even much worse for these people out here. So you're going to have a literal famine, you're going to have a literal dearth, but what's really going to be important is that these people ain't going to be able to hear the words of the Lord, and they're going to want to. They're going to want to hear some answers. They're going to want to hear something, because all hell is going to break loose. Like literally all hell. All hell on all sides for these people. No help, no hope for them. Just straight judgment, straight wrath. The worst time since there was a nation these people about to go through. And they gonna want to hear something. They gonna want to hear the prophets, because it's gonna click in their head that, damn, them guys were saying this. Them guys are saying something. Where are they? You know, what was the name that they were saying? What was it? You know, but they ain't gonna be able to hear it, because the Lord is going to remove his prophets from off that YouTube, from off this internet, from going out on the streets. You know, once a week. You got camps within Great Millstone, brothers who now got 2 or 3 camps throughout the week. You know, so within the area, there's 2-3 times throughout the week that brothers go out. You know, Lord finna stop that. It's gonna be a famine of the word. You know, and Jake gonna be wanting to hear it. A lot of Jake who had opportunities. A lot of Jake who was playing. A lot of Jake who was playing with these other freaking these pseudo camps out here, who don't go into prophecies, who don't go into these things, who said, you know, Jacob's trouble is talking about Jacob's trouble is gay, or this is like, all right, shit gonna hit the fan, and niggas who was playing around gonna want to hear something. You know, they gonna want to hear something, but it's gonna be too late. Amos 8 and 12, it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to find the word of the Lord. They gonna run to and fro. You know, it ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be over with. It's gonna be over with for these people. You know, the Lord ain't playing, man. They gonna know that a prophet was amongst them. That's a prophecy. It's gonna come to pass. They shall know that a prophet was amongst them. They've been talking all that mess, you know, or bullshitting, thinking that, you know, the Most High work on their time. They got their plans, they got their this, that. They could put the Lord off from day to day, which it goes from day to day, it goes from month to month, it goes from year to year, you know? And then it's gonna be too late. You ain't gonna have nothing to say to them because, nah, ultimately it was just for the elect anyways. It was just for the elect. The Lord just wanted us to get the blood off of our hands because blood will be shed. The Lord wanted us to get the blood off our hands so we don't have to go down with these people, you know? We've been blowing the trump, warning our people. Now, if they die, it's on them. You know, if they die, let them die. You know? Because we told them, though. And ultimately, that was love. We warned our people. We told them about this devil. This devil was crazy. How could you not know anyways from the history of Babylon the Great, which is America? How could you not know that this man is the devil? How could you not know this man been the devil the whole time? But we told you that this man kingdom is going down and he about to lose his shit. You know? So when shit hit the fan and bullets flying, we ain't finna be out there at camp trying to dodge bullets and trying to get a 2-hour camp going. And no, it's gonna be over with. And we had a taste of that during COVID, to where shit, we were doing camp inside the house. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out there, we couldn't go out there. We was inside the house doing camp, you know, and we were straight with that until, you know, that shit cleared up, and then we went back out, you know. But let me get one more precept. Here is Amos chapter 5, verse 13. It says, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Right, the prudent. And we are the prudent. The prudent man, you know, foreseeth the evil and he hideth himself. So we the prudent. The Lord warned us of things about to come, and shit, we're like, Lord, keep us, hide us from this destruction. Yeah, thanks for giving us your name. Call upon the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We hide ourselves. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous, you know, run into it and are safe. You know, we hide ourselves in this truth. We hide ourselves in the fear of the Lord, which gonna be your treasure in that day. You know, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Yeah, wisdom and knowledge. And these people ain't gonna have that, so they ain't gonna have stability. They're gonna be through. You know? In the time that they gonna get judged and wrath come upon them, they ain't gonna even know how to repent. They're gonna see a dead dog and it's gonna be famine. They're gonna eat that dead dog. You know? You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna have no wisdom, they ain't gonna have no understanding because they rejected it all. You know? But let me read that in Amplified. It says, therefore, he who is prudent and has insights will keep silent in such a corrupt and evil time. For it is an evil time when people will not listen to truth and will disregard those of good character. So we're gonna keep silence in that time, man. No, ain't no time for no YouTube page. Ain't gonna be no time for no YouTube page. You know, so like this thing. No time for no YouTube page, man. We told these people it's gonna be time, you know, that the Lord's gonna shut our mouths. Because again, prophecy means literally to say before, you know. So Lord willing, this is edifying, and give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation, and blessing unto the hopeful elect. Kwame Yasharala, Shalom.